Hi friends, it's Maria. I made two new fairy journals that I am over the moon with. They were so much fun to make. I was inspired by Mrs. Cog. On her channel, she made a fairy journal. It was years ago, but it's on her channel if you want to see it. And I bought her kit and I made these two little journals. I want to give you the size of them. They're about 9 inches tall by, I want to say, like 5 3/4 wide. And if you hear anything in the background, that's my dog having fun. He's eating his little snacks. So I'm going to get into them with you. Each of them, they're both actually very similar. So they have 3 signatures. I used this beautiful fabric that I got at my local fabric store on their scraps table. And I just thought it was perfect. And I got this fun applique of the daisies. I'm a big daisy fan. So I got that and I used that on the front. And there's a little fairy image with little rosebuds and some lace and some cheesecloth. And I used sari silk closure. So there's a lot of jewel tones in this. The fabric on the front has jewel tones in it. And if you look at the sides, there are tabs all throughout on the sides. And there's a few things coming out the bottom and top also. So let's take a look. So this one has a piece of sari that I thought matched this image so well. And this is actually a pocket. And in the pocket, I have, so this is the Lily of the Valley flower journal, flower fairy. And I have this beautiful paper that has Lily of the Valley on it. So I folded that up for some journaling space and tucked that in. A little pocket here for some secret journaling. And the inside cover actually has like a little fairy with a bunny here on the pocket. And there's several cards. And there's also this just large journaling spot with some flowers. I used a like golden, has like a gold design on it. In the back, put that back in. And then on many of the journal cards, but not all, I saw this paint. It was like a clear paint, but it has sparkles. Do you see them? So I painted a lot of the tags with them. And this is also like a fairy quote. And I don't know if you could see, there's also the sparkles in there. So those are in the front pocket. This is some eco paper that it's actually a digital download. And I used some appliques throughout. This is a little flip out. And it has a little fabric tag, a tab, and it has a little pocket here that has a little fairy poem. And I got some new die cuts on Amazon that I just love. They're so beautiful. Put some decorations on that, and it's just a little flip out. You could still use that page for journaling. It's like a little digital image there. This is a Tracy Fox kit. I forget what it is, but I always use this in my journals, my fairy journals, because it's just such a whimsical set. I'm trying to think of it. Something like Nature's Flourish or something like that. Here's a big lace pocket. Has some beautiful lace on there and also has the sparkles on that. And this is one of those fairy quotes, also with sparkles on it. So those get tucked in here. There's another little tab. 2 little sheets. And then, oh my gosh, did I have fun with these papers. So I took some, I have these gardening books that have just, it was like the index pages. I don't know if you could see that in the background. And I just gessoed it to give it some structure. And I did some watercolor paint. I did some stamping. And then I added some fairy images and some toadstools to decorate the page. And I love how that came out. So that's that. Some tea-dyed paper. This is the center. And this has like some fibers at the bottom. In the center of each signature, there are 2. There's a flower and a butterfly. There are some little die cuts that I put in here. This little tiny pocket that you could use throughout the journal as you're working. And here's another one of those little die cuts that I had. Some ribbon. And this is more of that paper that I made. And I love these. They're like little fairy houses. I thought they were so cute. And I printed some of the fairies smaller and cut them out. Another little fabric tab. This is, I had bought a deck of cards that were flower fairies. And I put, I think there are 2 in this journal. Just paper clipped them on. This is a reverse of one of the die cuts. And I put some, I don't know, I guess like vellum or parchment paper in the back. And here's another of those homemade journal cards with some sparkle on it. And tucked in with some grid paper. Here's another of those fabric pockets. And it has another little fairy poem and another of those die cuts. Goes in there. Vivid Nature. Maybe it's Vivid Nature, the Tracy Fox kit. Something like that. This was a beautiful velvet ribbon I had. And I used it all up in these journals. But it's just so pretty. I love it. Has little flowers on it. So on this page, I made 2 little pockets with like fairy quotes and some little word cards. And behind it, this is fabric that I sewed down. A lot of stitching in this. There's another little applique that I put up there. Lots of tabs in this journal. Here's another of those little fairy cards. I love them. They're so cute. And here's that paper that I made. Little fairy with her little house there. Lots of stamping. Little fairy image. And here's a center. So in this one, I put a bunch of die cuts that you could use throughout the journal. Aren't they beautiful? I love them. And this is a little card that I made, a little journal card with some embossed paper. Another little journal card back here. I just love these papers. They came out so much fun. This is some gorgeous ribbon that I had. I don't even know. I guess it's just trim, I guess. So pretty. And I thought it went really well with this. This is a little belly band. And big journaling card behind it. Has some lace around the little fairy image here. I just love all the colors and all the fun little bits. And a little fairy quote. A little embossed pocket. Another little tab. I love this page. I just think she's so cute. But I love the fabric back here also. I think it went so well with it. And I made a little journal card with a little fairy house on it. With some sari silk ribbon. And here's another beautiful trim that I had bought. Lots of gemstones on there and sequins. Here's some more of those little die cuts that you could use throughout the journal. Just tuck them in here. Another little fairy quote. And there is a little journal card and a little flower tea card. A vintage tea card. Here's another little fabric tab. Beautiful images that I downloaded. I love those. Here's another little CD case with some of those beautiful die cut flowers that I have fallen in love with. And just a little journal card with some flower fairies on it. Some lace tab at the top. And here's another little poem I just paper clipped in. This is also the center of the signature. So it has 3 signatures. Another little fabric tab. Another little reverse die cut. And I made it a little tuck spot. Excuse me. But I love the way these came out, and I hope you do too. There's another of that little emboss, like a fabric flower applique. And in the back of both journals, it has this lace pocket. And I put a little journal card in there with a little fairy quote. And there's also this envelope that I made out of a doily. And inside, I filled it with little cutouts, fairy houses, and all kinds of little digital images that I had. And I wanted you to have these so that you can use them in your journaling to make your journal even more fun. So I'll tuck those into that bag. And that goes in the back pocket. And I just used a little paper clip to hold that closed. And that is the first journal. And again, the second one is so similar. So I used this beautiful sari silk ribbon. And when I built the spine and the book, it's a hardcover. I made it out of bookboard. It also has these little brass corners. The ribbon goes all the way through the back when I built the book. But this side, the ribbon was a little short, so I doubled it up with the back of this one has 2 little pieces of sari silk, just so that there was enough. I wanted it to be nice and long. Sometimes people cut off pieces and use it in their journal. So that is the first one. And the second one, again, very similar. I'm just going to quick ride through this one. This one also has the sari silk, but this one was a nice long piece, and I didn't have to double anything up. But as you can see, very similar. Has the 2 tabs in the back, tags. Has the little flip out. I stenciled on the pages. So you can see these are like really almost identical to each other. There's a little playing card. It has those papers. I put one in each signature. So I just wanted to run through this one pretty quickly for you. So they even have some of the same poems in them. So another little tuck spot with a reverse die cut. See, very similar. They have the same fabric in the back. Little flip out with those flowers. A little journaling card in the back. So I hope you really love these. This one, I have a little, I found this button. I thought was so cute with it. And I sewed it onto that tab. Has the same ribbons, die cuts. And this one has the little flower at the top, almost like a tab. A little side tuck. And this one also has the fibers at the bottom. Oh, can you see them? Little fibers at the bottom. That's another little, I love this trim. So this is very similar. Here's your other playing card. More die cuts. Belly band. Another little poem there. And in the back, you have the same envelope with all the goodies inside with a little tag. Okay, so I am going to put this up on Etsy, both of them today. Go take a look, and I hope everybody has a fabulous day. Bye-bye for now.